Doflamingo's a dick, Usopp is worth 500 million barely, and all of Dressrosa has basically been turned into Armageddon. Anyways, guys, I'm Koshi from the Otaku here, coming at you guys today with a One Piece manga chapter review of the latest chapter of One Piece, chapter 746. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it about an 8 on information and maybe a 5 on epic. All in all, an above average chapter, but we do get a lot out of it, a lot of content. It's very informative. We get a lot of knowledge and a lot of questions are answered. First of all, we get more knowledge on what the birdcage is. So first and foremost, it is obviously a cage, and as you guys would have seen from last fortnight's chapter, the way it was created was by Doflamingo shooting out what I could assume to be like a ball of string into the sky, and then the ball exploded, throwing strings all over Dressrosa, encompassing Dressrosa and turning it into essentially a birdcage. Now, what this birdcage does, firstly, you can't escape the birdcage. I'm assuming his strings are coated by some sort of haki, so when you touch them, you'll get cut and you cannot break them. Secondly, it stops all ingoing and outgoing communication, so you cannot contact people outside of Dressrosa, and people outside of Dressrosa cannot contact you. And thirdly, it controls everybody inside Dressrosa. That I'm about 70% sure on everybody, because I'm pretty sure there are most people who aren't being controlled. Though I'm pretty sure it controls those of a weaker will. So in short, it controls weak people. So people such as the King Luke's army, they're being controlled. Normal civilians are being controlled. Fathers are being controlled, and it's pretty gruesome. And quite sad, because they're just being forced to kill each other. I mean, you have people running around screaming, "This is just like what happened 10 years ago." We understand that now it was not King Luke's fault. He was being controlled by Doflamingo, the devil, and now everyone's just losing their faith in Doflamingo, which, like, they should be, because in this arc, even though Doflamingo is possibly one of the greatest antagonists I have seen after what could be Vegeta and Frieza, Doflamingo is just a massive dick. Like, I fucking hate him. Like, he's not a character you'd love to hate, because you can hate him, but you love him at the same time, in the sense that he is one of the greatest antagonists I have seen personally. Like, his personality, his powers, the way he uses his power, it was just crafted so beautifully. That is all I can say. But moving on from that, with this review of this manga, so with the birdcage, we find out with the birdcage how it's controlling people, nobody can go outside, blah, blah, blah. I just said all that. We find out there's a frame on Ishuru-san, one of the new 3 admirals, and we see a little bit of his gravitational field power. So people are coming to attack him, his own officers are trying to attack him, and in order to subdue them, he emits a gravitational field around himself, what I can see to be at least a meter in radius. I'm not 100% sure if this is the furthest he can spread his gravitational powers away from himself. Maybe you can do it longer, but from what I can see, it's a meter or so in radius, and anybody who runs towards him or tries to attack him, or anything that's projected at him, will just be pushed down by this meter in radius gravitational field. So that is a pretty overpowered power, gravity. So yeah, now just gravity is just like, wow. So yeah, Issue, crazy. Thumbs up for Issue. Moving on from that, we have a little bit of a funny scene. I've always loved Bartolomeo, I'm pretty sure that's his name is, Bartolomeo, the fanboy of Luffy and Zoro. When he finally meets Robin, it's just a really funny thing he says. He says, "Robin senpai, make him your slave. No, I mean, I need to ask you something." So yeah, basically more along the lines of, I can sense him trying to say, "Make me your sex slave." Bartolomeo, obviously. Yeah, that's the lines he's going along. But yeah, so I found that pretty funny, and there was just that little comedy. And then if we move on, we have Doflamingo the dick posting out to everybody, or putting it on the Den Mushi screen, 12 people rated by stars, and each star is 100 million belly. So if you have 1 star, that means if you kill this person, you get 100 million belly and you secure your life. 2 stars, 200 million belly, you secure your life. 3 stars, 300 million belly, and you secure your life. Most of the people he named are 1 or 2 stars, but there are 4 people who are 3 stars, and those people are Sabo, Luffy, Law, and King Ruka. They're all 3 stars, so 300 million belly for killing him. And then Usopp sees this and he's like, oh my god, thank god, you know, so good that Doflamingo forgot about me, my face isn't up there. And, you know, obviously, Usopp always speaking too soon. His face comes up on the Den Mushi projector screen with 5 stars. So yes, 5 stars, 500 million berry for killing Usopp and securing your own life. So now Usopp is obviously in the shits because everybody he just saved is coming after them. And to make things worse, Doflamingo actually brainwashes everybody to say that the person who put you in this predicament, the person who pissed me off the most, is none other than Usopp of the Straw Hat Pirates. So God Usopp, as he's being labelled as now in this arc, is just running away from everybody with the fear of his life because everybody is after him for that 500 million value. So, you know, everybody you just saved is now betraying you. So, well done. Good on you. But yeah, obviously, the strategy SOP completed. That was ages ago, but that's obviously why he had to save everybody. So moving on from that, we have, as you would maybe remember, Frankie lost in the fight against the guy with the swim fruit, and he was beat up on the floor. And now when they go to look for him, or at least the enemy go to look for him to claim that 1 million or 2 million belly, he is nowhere to be found. So where is Frankie? Did he go back to the Sunnygo? Did he go to destroy the laboratory? Where is Frankie? Nobody knows. He's gone missing. So moving on from there, we have Rebecca. I'm pretty sure her name is Rebecca. Asking Luffy who is the soldier son, who is the one-legged soldier, and then you have Luffy replying that he was your dad, and then we have a little bit of a nostalgic moment that you could say was quite sad, you know, how it helps the audience to relate in somewhat to Rebecca. So yeah, that was quite nice to see that. After when she found out when Rebecca finds out that the soldier was her dad. But now something awesome that we find out, something that everybody has obviously been asking the question for, is if Luffy did win the Colosseum battle, who would he have given the fruit to? Would he have given it to Zoro, Sandry, somebody in his crew? Would he have given it to Sabo? No, he would not have. And that is why I'm going back on to the topic that what Sabo did was not entirely correct, because I still believe that it should have been Luffy to decide where the fruit would have gone, because it was Luffy who stayed with Ace during those years where Sabo was not there and he was still alive. Obviously, there are people who are saying that we don't know that Sabo never made contact with Ace, but I am holding by my firm belief that Sabo never made contact with Ace. Otherwise, if Sabo did make contact with Ace, why didn't Ace make contact with Luffy at Arabasta or at Marineford to tell Luffy that Sabo was still alive? So I don't believe that Sabo ever made contact with Ace. So now we find out who Luffy would have given the fruit to if he had won. And it would have been Rebecca. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, her name is Rebecca, the one that was fighting in the Colosseum. Give me 1 second. Colosseum prisoner, yeah, Rebecca. So yeah, her name was Rebecca, and that's who he would have given the fruit to if he would have won the fight. And he says to Rebecca, as an apology for that, instead of giving you the fruit, the Mary fruit, which you so desperately wanted to eat, because when he's thinking Luffy's train of thought is a bit different to everybody's, because he thinks that she wanted to eat the fruit because she thought it would have been tasty or something, but she obviously wanted the fruit for her freedom. But yeah, so Luffy goes on to say that instead of giving her the fruit, he will now kick Doflamingo's ass. So my thoughts before was that it would be a 2v2 fight with Luffy and Sabo versus Doflamingo and Kagebunshin Doflamingo. But now I'm not 100% sure, because it could just be Luffy versus Doflamingo and Kagebunshin Doflamingo, or just Luffy versus Doflamingo. And when I say Kagebunshin Doflamingo, I obviously mean clone Doflamingo, for those of you who don't watch Naruto. But yeah, overall this chapter was pretty amazing. I'm just going through it to like see if I've missed out on anything. And there was one thing, so Law's true plan, Law's true intentions was that he said, my strategy was to leave Doflamingo alive to make him clash with Kaido. If you kill him now, then Kaido's rage for losing the Smile Factory will end upon all of us. We'll have to fight directly against one of the Yonkou. Now, two things. Obviously, Luffy does not give a shit about this because he has to protect the citizens of Dressrosa and he has to kick Doflamingo's ass in order to do so. And secondly, Luffy is more than hyped enough. Like, if you say that he's going to have to fight a Yonkou, then that's another reason for him to just eliminate the middleman so that he will be able to fight Kaido of the Yonkou. And there were theories going around that Kaido was like a Typhon, God of all the Beasts. I'll talk about that another day. But yeah, overall, this was a pretty insane, awesome chapter. And then the last frame, we have Luffy grabbing onto Zoro and Law, and he's taking them away into where Doflamingo is. So yeah, overall, a pretty awesome chapter. What do you guys think is going to happen next? Do you think that Luffy will end up fighting Doflamingo, or do you think it'll be Sabo? Do you think also Luffy will end up fighting Kaido? Do you think it'll be a whole crew fight like they did against Gekko and Moria, or do you reckon it'll be a 1v1? And what do you reckon Kaido is? Do you really reckon he's a Typhon, as some of the theories have been going around implying? But and also, just before I finish, the Otaku's random question of the day: who is your favorite Naruto character? And as I've stated in my other videos of the day, that mine is Jiraiya Sensei. It was a tie between Jiraiya Sensei and Itachi, but Jiraiya just came off on top just because I like that comedic personality of his. That goes together with how overpowered he was as a sage, as a frog sage, and that just really was really awesome. And another reason for it was because he was Naruto's main mentor, main trainer. So that was really awesome. But yeah, overall, a great One Piece chapter, chapter 746. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you have any thoughts, comments, questions, queries, theories, anything that you may have in the comment section below, be happy to answer you guys, get back to you straight away. And also, with that new Google Plus Hangout feature, that Hangout, chat, whatever, if you'd like to, ask me a question in person or whatever, just hit us up on Google Plus, and when I'm free, awesome. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching, and as always, have an awesome day.